this thing on?
Hello everybody, welcome along to Feed the Beast Infinity Evolved Expert Mode with TechnoJock. Well, the iron farm has been working now for a couple of days and ooh, that's a lot of iron. Seem to be getting about 15,000 iron per day, or iron blocks per day. Things have changed somewhat at the back. I have stopped voiding experience and put an experience obelisk here, which is collecting all that lovely XP, and Steve's factory manager has made a welcome entrance onto the server. So we've got this thing here which is still working with the vacuum hopper there, and it's pulling items out of there, putting them into here and here and here. Yeah, lots of items, and then anything extra is going to be voided. So the iron and the wood go into here, everything else goes into here. If these fill up, it'll fill up this, and then anything over on top will go into the trash can, so we don't have any extra items spilling about the world. And then all the liquid goes into here, because as far as I'm aware, these experience obelisks don't actually have a upper capacity, a maximum capacity. Over at the emerald farm, this has been running solidly for a good while. So we've got, it's got 8 emeralds in there. It should just be pouring out in just a moment. Once it gets up to about 10 emeralds, I think, it then pours it out, because we've got a Steve's factory manager under here as well. Where's my pickaxe? There we go. Just take this out. Be very careful not to break anything that's important. There we go, Steve's factory manager under there. And what that does is it checks the smeltery for liquid emerald, and it's checking for 6 buckets worth, because it's 5.7 something or other buckets of emeralds make a block of emerald. So if there's more than 6 buckets, then it will pull out the liquid emerald from the smeltery and put it into the casting basin, and that way there's always a little bit left in here. So there will always be sufficient emeralds left in here to still damage the villagers and melt them down. And then the other bit of the flow control there was just simply taking any emerald blocks out of the casting basin and putting them into our drawer, which, as you can see, has got nearly 1,000 blocks of emerald. Don't think we're going to be needing emeralds any time soon. I'm going to keep it running though, because why not? Other things, I have housed in this with some cool stuff. I think that looks pretty industrial looking. Liking how that looks. Very good, and you'll see a slight difference over here. This is not finished yet. I have run out of stuff to be able to put in these. You'll see that I'm using just leadstone flux duct for these bits here, although there does need to be the single connection onto these isn't sufficient to power all of the lasers, so there's a slightly better connection there, and there will need to be there, and there as well, just to power everything, but I haven't got sufficient resources at the moment to finish off this, but it is very, very quick at what it does. So we've got all the stuff in there to be able to make our machine frames and things at the moment, and there will be 2 of these because this is getting set up for automation, and there's some things that you need to have a separate table for, particularly redstone chipsets and things like that. So we will need to do that. And yeah, I think that covers the changes down here. Up here, I was automatically crafting hardened solar panels. That's all good. And the other thing was, I have the Ender Quarry finished. It finished doing that huge big area over on the map. If we go to where this it was way down here, and it has done this nice big square bit, so that's all done now. So I shifted it over to our Electrotine dimension and got it to do a big area, and it's come out with nearly 30,000 Electrotine ore, because obviously it silk touches the ore. So we did have a reasonable amount of that stuff, but we've got all this ore. Which begs the question, am I going to sit and hammer away manually at 29,000 Electrotine ore? No, I most certainly am not, because we've got an awful lot of other stuff as well. We've got the Certus quartz ore, which we've got a bunch of elsewhere as well. I should process that as well. And we've got other things as well. There's another barrel of Certus quartz. Yep. And there's all the coal that we've got. Look, 10,000 coal ore. We're not going to be doing that. So I thought there's three things I could do going forward. I could put Fortune onto our Ender quarry. We could get a Fortune upgrade, Fortune 3 upgrade, and put that onto our Ender quarry. It's not hugely difficult to get. Yeah, we'd need to have, that's even Fortune 1. Diamond pickaxe with Fortune 1. Then we need Fortune 1 on a golden pickaxe and onto an iron pickaxe. I'm sure I've got Fortune 1 over there. We could do that, but the power requirements for that are quite extreme. What is that? An 80 times power multiplier. And whilst we're doing okay for power at the moment, having that thing running would destroy any chances of getting a dimension going at the moment. So that's not really an option, and also it doesn't address the stuff that we've already got in the system. Now, we could also do the block smasher from MFR. This thing here, pretty easy to do. It uses 10 RF per work. I think we've got the stuff to be able to do that, but that also, if I remember correctly, requires mob essence to run. And yes, we've got a bunch of liquid XP over there that we could turn into mob essence and run it like we did with the auto spawner. I'm less taken with that. It's kind of it's MFR. It's extremely good at what it does. MFR stuff is very, very good at what it does. Somebody has pooed in my sewer. But it's just a block. It's just a block that does something, and it does it very well, but it's not very exciting, is it? So we have option number 3, which is I think what we're going to go for in this box. It's Steve's Factory Manager. So what I want to do is I want to take these things out of here. Won't need those. And won't need those. Or maybe I will. And we can get rid of these things out of our inventory just now, and I want to set up something. We've got this obsidian hammer with looting 3 on it, and it is unbreakable. I made this thing, it's got an obsidian head, and the rest of it is made from magical wood, and then it's fully upgraded with obsidian plates to make it unbreakable. Then we've got luck and haste on it as well. I think I had to put on some extra modifiers to get all that done. And what we can do is we can put Steve's Factory Manager there, and then do this. Do I want to do it this way, or do I want to do it the other way? I think I want to do it the other way. You've got to be extremely careful working with Steve's Factory Manager, because the block break threshold on the manager cable is extremely low, so it's very, very easy to break. Since these are all on the ceiling, I think it would be quite cool if we had these in the ceiling as well. Or do I want to actually put, because that's quite low if I do that. It's very low if I do that. Let's do it. Oops. Let's do it up into here. I think that would be cool. Or I could make the advanced clusters. Let's have a look at the advanced clusters. Steve's Factory Manager. The cable clusters, advanced cable clusters. 3 ender pearls for each one to make a cable cluster, and then more inventory cable around it. Do I want to do that? Do I want to do that? Yes, I do want to do that. Ugh. Always doing that. Yeah, and then I can have it there. Let's do that quickly. So let's take our advanced stuffy, make a cable cluster like that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then, oh, I need more of those basic ones, okay, in which case I will probably use those at some point. Because I always use my Steve's Factory Manager stuff. Really? There. So now, if we take our block gates and put them in advanced cable clusters, we get advanced cable clusters with block gates in them. Let's go down here then and put these into the ceiling. The only thing with putting block gates into advanced cable clusters is you can't really tell which way they point. But we'll manage around that. Now I'm going to pick that up and put that into the ceiling as well. Where shall I put it? I'm going to put it there. Like that. Not the world's worst. Now, I need to get power over to this. Is there power above here? I think there is. There is. Because I need to bring power down. Now, what I need to do is, that goes there, and then this goes there. Because we need an autonomous activator. And then we need the power to come down. Like this. And bring it over. Now I need to get my Yeti wrench and turn this thing round. Now I want to go into the configuration, change this so only thing is on the back, so when we turn it, there we go, we know that that's pointing up the way. And if we put our hammer in slot 1, use slot 1 only, oh, right, okay. Well, we can't put that in the ceiling, can we? Because the hammer points across the way, even though the autonomous activator is pointing up the way. This is why we do these tests. Okay, well, that makes life a little bit more simple, I suppose. Not ideal, but simple. Where's the other? Oh, there they were. I didn't take them down already. Okay, let's redo the ceiling. And we can do this like so, 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 and so. Now, I really wanted something to test, and I can use the cobblestone. Take that out of there, pop it into there. For testing purposes, I'm going to quickly do this off camera, and we'll come back in a sec. I think that's most of what we need to do for the testing purposes. If I put some cobblestone into here, you'll see what happens. There we go. We've got it. So what I needed to do is take this out of here and I'll show you. Block gates, don't know if you can really see in here. The block gates you'll see have a little facing on them here, and there's a little yellow, there's a large yellow circle sort of thing, and then within that there's a smaller yellow circle. Hopefully it's reasonably obvious to you. Now that's the facing of the block, but the inner little yellow circle is kind of the direction you're, if this is a player placing something, the large yellow circle shows the direction you place it, but the yellow circle is the direction you're kind of facing when you place it. So you can have it facing out the way, or you can place it here facing kind of that way. You can place it there facing down the way, so it makes a difference to, it's kind of difficult to explain, but in any case, what you want to have is, you want to have its little yellow circle is pointing back the way, whereas, so it's kind of trying to place it against this face. The long and the short of it is, I'm making a mess of explaining, but you need to go around with an empty hand and shift right click on the front face of all of these, so that although they're placing here, they're facing that way. And then we've got this. So I've got variables set up for all of the block gates, so we don't need to faff around. These are just set up for convenience. We don't really need these top two. That's the chest that we put things in to be able to put them through into the block gates, and then these two variables here are set up for the for each loop. So we've got one variable that contains all of the block gates selected there, that's that variable that has them all, and then this variable is just a blank and there's nothing selected in here, it's just used for this. So this goes through, it checks the block gates inventory, and the block gates inventory is the area in front of it, it's this, and it's checking this inventory at the moment just for cobblestone. So if there is no cobblestone there, it will go through this loop and it will go through each of the gates, or each gate in the gates, it will go through and it will take cobblestone from the chest there, and it will put it into the particular gate that we're talking about. There we go, variables, each gate in this for each loop. So it goes through each of the gates, and each gate that it finds in there, it will take one cobblestone out and put it into the inventory, which will place it here. And if we do this, put one, places it there. And then if we put in a second one, it's not going to do anything because it's already placed in there. You can put a whole stack in there. Because there's a piece of cobblestone in this inventory, it's not going to do it. Now, actual fact, I want it to be this one that it checks, and this one only, because the autonomous activator is going to be facing this block. Now, if there's a funny number of ores come into here, and it just places that one, it's the autonomous activator is going to be hammering away at this block here, nothing's going to happen. It's not going to get that one. So we need to make this condition to be just the block gate that is in the middle. Now I need to work out which one that is. So coordinates, it is 6723 is the middle. So condition inventories 6723, so that's one of the ones, and then we're at Y56, Y57, Y58, so it's going to be the Y57 23, that one, pretty sure it's that one. Okay, and I want to deselect that variable. Oops, here we go. There we go. So let's go do that. Yep, that's working nicely. But if I go and take these off here, see this? I can take all these ones off here. Oh, it must be. Okay, I've done it wrong. And I think, yeah, I've done it wrong. Why 56? Okay. That's better, I just derped up a little bit. Yeah, so this is now set to, so the middle one there is the one that we're looking at. So it is the Y57 level one, right smack in the middle. So nothing's been placed, we've got cobblestone in here. If I destroy this one, it's going to place another 9. Boom, straight away, perfect. Excellent. Let's get this autonomous activator set there and turned round. Bingo. I think that's that. Yep. Now we don't need any inputs and outputs to this. It's just going to do that. And if I do that, boom. And again, boom. Now it's not the fastest in the world. I will admit that, because this has only got one level of haste on it. The mining speed is pretty low, but it's unbreakable. I don't need to worry about this thing. All it's doing is using a little bit of power from the autonomous activator, which I will now hook up to power. Like that. This is going to be happy now. It's going to go back up, and this thing has happily hammered away all of the cobblestone. Brilliant. Now we want to be able to make this thing handle all of the cool stuff that we want it to do. So we want coal. Let's get ourselves a bunch of coal. Now there's something that you've got to really be aware of with these factory manager block gates. They are looking for not what's in the block in front of it, but what's in the block that it would pick up if it mined it up. So when I put down coal ore, it's coal ore that's sat there, but if I mine this up without silk touch, it's not coal ore that I pick up, it's coal. So when you set it to look for something, we go in here, we are going to actually put if there's any coal, not coal ore. So if there's any coal there, it won't place it. And then we're going to say we want to pick from the box, we want coal ore. Oh no, back. And we specify 1. It's important to only specify 1, because otherwise it'll try and pick up a whole stack and put it into that block space, and that's not obviously going to work for us. So let's have a look at this and go put 1 stack in, and this is going to hammer away at it. And there we go, and immediately places another 9 in there. And another 9 in there. I'm quite pleased with that. That's working rather nicely. So again, like I say, a little bit slow. I might look into having something a little bit faster than that. I have been looking at other reinforced things. Inderium has got it's only reinforced 1, whereas Obsidian, I think, is reinforced 3. Yeah, other reinforced 3 things. That's reinforced 1. Obsidian hammer is reinforced 3. Cobalt's reinforced 2. Might work, but yeah, the other thing I was looking at was, pretty sure these unstable induced things, if you make the entire tool out of it, I think it makes it indestructible. I think. Or perhaps the other one would be the bedrockium. So I'm going to have a look into that. But we need to have some, see, that's going to put 1 there. But it's not doing anything. So that's fine, but if we stick in even, we stick in 1 more. Where did that go? That's something to be aware of, because it's going to start trying to put it in there. Not the worst thing in the world, we can get around this. Now, I need to hoover this stuff up, the most sensible thing would be a vacuum hopper. And I think if we put the vacuum hopper, can't put it directly below because that's going to be into the spawner area, isn't it? Oh no, there is a... Ah, it's just outside the spawner area. Excellent. That's good. I may well just put that directly below then. Yeah, if I put the vacuum hopper there, then that can pipe out directly into the system, and I'll need to have a liquid output as well for XP, because these things all give XP. Okay. I'll go and get a hopper and get that set up, I think. I have had an idea. Rather than using the vacuum hopper solely, I thought this ender collector might be quite good. One of the issues that I've run into, obviously using vacuum hoppers, is if I'm anywhere nearby, I end up causing issues with things getting hoovered up because of my ring. See, those iron ingots and things are floating around there, not getting picked up by the vacuum hopper because my magnet is stronger. If I'm nowhere near, then it's fine, it's not an issue. Hello, Mr. Bat hanging around there. So, in conjunction with the vacuum hopper, it's going to suck up the XP. If I'm around, then my XP ring of experience will hoover up the XP, and I'm not too fussed about that. That's not a bother. And the XP I'm getting from this, I will just void. I'm just going to stick a liquid trash can underneath that, and it will void the XP. For the items, I'm going to use the ender collector. Apparently the ender collector will pick up items that haven't even become an entity yet. So I think if I go up here and stick this on here, like that, range 0.5, range 1, how do I stick this? Range 3, is that going to be sufficient? I'm going to take my ring off. Now I don't know if that's going to be good there. Maybe I should take that off of there. Where's it gone? There it is. And put it onto the interface there. That's probably going to work better, because if I go and stick that on there, that's going to go there. My magnet's off. I'll take that off as well just to see. Now where did that go? I bet it's in here. It is in there. Excellent. That's precisely what I wanted it to do, because once this interface is hooked up, that's where that will go. And our vacuum hopper is trying to suck up that XP. I'll need to move it out to underneath here. Oh, and that will have gone in there. So I need to shift this over. Right, that's fine. That's good. I like that. And I will just have the ender, not the ender, the vacuum hopper there. Doesn't really need anything in it. I will do that though. Actually, I will hook this up as well. Will I? No, I won't. Right, so we just need the liquid trash can. And I think I have one up in here. Yes, I do. One fluid trash can. Excellent. Turn our engine off so we're not skiting around all over the place. One fluid trash can, and if I put the liquid output to there, into there, excellent. That will only make a difference when we are nearby. Now, I want to get that out of there. I want to get this hooked up into our ME system. Let me do that. All hooked up and ready to go. This is online, so if I take some coal ore like this and put it in here, we should in just a second once I get this set up. Now this is our in-out, and we change the container to the ME interface. Is it going to work? There we go. And that's going to do this. Now you'll see, even though I've got my, I don't have my vacuum ring on, even though I've got my ring on, no coal going into my inventory, because this thing hoovers them up even quicker than the vacuum hopper. It doesn't even let the coal become an entity in the world. So that's working rather nicely. And if we go up and have a look at our number of coal in the system, we'll see, yep, going up. Excellent. And this, we'll put the coal back in there, will work like that. Now, come on, let me go. Thank you. What we do need to do is we will need to reprogram this for all the things that we're wanting to put in it. So Electrotine, we'll need to put Electrotine there. Let's do that right now on camera and you can get an idea of what we need to do. So our Electrotine ore, we need to do that. Come down here and we will go and put Electrotine ore right there. Perfect. Put it that way. In here, we want the condition of Electrotine. Where's the actual dust stuff? There we go. So, if it detects that there's any Electrotine in that middle bit, it will not place it. However, other than that, if none of the stuff's blocking it up, we can go Electrotine. And there's the ore, and we pick out one, and that is all we need to do for each thing. Now, obviously, it's got an awful lot of ore and stuff to go through before it gets to the Electrotine. It's going to go through all that coal first for a start, and there is 12,000 of it. That's not going to be fast enough for us. So I need to have a look at getting a faster indestructible hammer. Shall we give this a go? So we've got 9 to make the block. Let's do this very quickly. Let's take these out 2 seconds. I just noticed, got this. I really hope that the server doesn't go and try and save whilst we're in the middle of doing this, but never mind. And we're going to take our gamble. Boom. Right. Oh, it's going to be close. It's going to be close. That's them flashing. And we've done it. Is it going to melt down? Oh, it's got a progress bar. I'm going to assume that this is much like anything else, that we need to cast it. So for a hammer, we are going to need let's have a look. We are going to need 8, 16, 24, 27, and that's 9 in there. So we need 27 divided by 9 is 3 of those blocks. Okay, so we need to do that another twice. Yeah, I'm over time. I'm going to go and get the other blocks, and then we're going to try and make our hammer next episode. How's that for a plan? Hopefully the auto fortune hammering smashing machine is cool. You like that. If you liked it, then you know what to do. Leave a like. Do check out the other Seasoned Gamers as well, and if you haven't already, you know what to do. Have a wee subscribe as well. But until the next time, bye-bye and have our funs.